break some pretty major resistance levels yesterday, but I'm sorry, we couldn't break through some pretty major resistance levels yesterday. So expect this to act like an inside day, guys, a little bit. Now, if we do get above 59.26, we got to be buyers, guys. Thank you, Stretch, for that. That's pretty simple. Same thing as yesterday, guys. Follow the rules. Stick with take the trades. If you miss it, if you miss a trade, like the huge long that some people had yesterday, be patient enough and disciplined enough just to let it pass you. Wait for the next trade. There's always gonna be another trade. You just gotta be patient. Okay, that's it, guys. Not hard today. It shouldn't be that difficult. It should be an inside acting day. But if it does break out, doing great. If it doesn't break out, we should still see pretty good swings because of the expansion of the market. So we should be past the chop and flop territory, if that makes sense, guys. Does that make sense, y'all? So we should see these swings pretty clean. So, what causes the chop and flop? It's indecision, right? It's a battle over price. The chop and breakouts, chop and crap. That's battle over price. For us, the battle zone's passed. So we should see pretty clean swings. Probably some chop if it drops a little lower. Why? Because below this area, back, it'd have to go pretty low though. It'd have to go back down to like 58.85. 58.85. It'd have to go back there, which is not far away. I just don't see that happening today. For us to start seeing a little bit of chop. All right. Those of you newer to us, you're gonna wait about 3 minutes, 6 minutes, something like that. Let us get some direction on price. We barely got a new high here, didn't get a new low, so there's new high, new low. And we are in an up market. You guys that are trading the open, you should be taking these long signals. You guys that aren't don't have the permission yet to trade the open, you should be sitting on your hands. Cool. All right. YM, ES are going up. YM is going down. NQ and ES is going up. Sorry about that. They're all syncing up here in a second. They're really all just kind of chopping there. All three indexes. Probably going to get a buy signal here on the NQ in a second if you want to, guys. I might look at that on Tick Century. What is the tick spacing you use, Taylor, for the scalp on the NQ? Room for Tick Century.
I generally set it to what Paul did, but he'd go down as low as like 12, I think, depending for tick spacing.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do 12 for now. We'll see if this thing continues to chop around. Thank you, Taylor. And thanks
Certainly.
for joining me on the mic. I appreciate it. It gets boring by myself on the mic. Coach Paul, you're aggravating the crap out of me. I'm just kidding. He's in the waiting room, guys. Wish him and his wife luck today. Yeah, hopefully she had to have eye surgery, so hopefully she comes out good today. So make sure to reach out to Coach Paul if you guys can and aggravate the crap out of him today. He said he's bored in the waiting room. I was going to reply to him. What, 20? All right, I'm going to use 20 then. I'm going to go for a long on the NQ and the ES here in a second, guys. And again, those of you with permission to trade the open, you should be taking these buy signals. Are you guys doing that? I know you're not getting oversold stochastic. So those of you on a plan, you're waiting. If you're on a plan, you're waiting. If you're more advanced and you've been trading with us for a while, you know how to trade this. So I'm assuming a few people have gotten in on the long side, correct? I would assume that. Some of you that have been around for a while. Okay, good job, Fritz. I'm just not going to call trades when, good job, Joey. I'm just not going to call trades when newbies should be calling. I'll walk you through it and tell you what you should be doing. But I've made a staunch decision here because people, guys, when I sent that email out. Yes, it may have been touched up by Chat GPT, but the sentiment of the email was exactly what I meant. I want everybody profitable as soon as I can do it and as fast as we can do it. And if it means me making less trade calls in this room, that's what I'm going to do. My 6, okay, Scott's waiting. Good job, Joey. All right, that's the first touch rules are the name of the game today, guys. They're working on every asset. Every single asset. I want to take this one long, Taylor. I'm sitting here trying to guide everybody else through it. Okay, next pullback, guys. Let's see, where do we get to? We got right to that resistance area. So let's see what we get out of this. I will take a breakout above 27. That's just me, guys. We should be breakout traders for first trades, but that's Mark hasn't given me a setup. I've got the account size to do it. If you don't have the account size to do it, don't take a breakout trade on your first trade, please. Wait for something like what Fritz and Joey and I guess a few other people did. At least let it come down and give you something like a first touch rule with rejection wick or something like that. All right. Now, for those of you, I don't think is there anybody that's new that doesn't know the cliff notes of our process? If you are, I'll go over it real quick. I'm looking at this break here, and I missed my buy signal on the freaking NQ. Dang it. I was going to take that. Anybody take the NQ buy signal I called from the first touch? I mean, I've been screaming that first touches are working. As far as that goes, you got the YM first touches 3 times in a row as well. You got Paul's making me work hard today, guys. Nobody wants to jump on and help me? About to get another little buy signal on the NQ. I'm afraid of that one now. We're going into resistance. Got the M at resistance on the ES. Can't get past pivot on the YM. The YM should be higher. There's something weird about that too. It should be higher on a daily basis compared to the other indexes. Three, 4. 36 is the high on 3, 4. Yeah, I'm not as worried about that Westy as I am the actual true resistance level. Good job, Joey. Hey, great. There you go, Joey. Great job, man. I didn't see that. I had to scroll back up and see it. My target's 60 on the breakout, Westy. We'll probably see a slowdown around that 36 area, you know. But 60 is the next level if we break above 27. I should put this on my chart because it's pretty. I should make this yellow too because it's a pretty strong line. Okay, now I know. Yeah, you could go for that as target. Again, those are good targets. Anytime you have a price stop and turn around on a day, that's usually a pretty good target somewhere around that price level on a prior day, like in the past. Nobody answered my questions. I'm assuming everybody knows their process a little bit then. Literally,
Quick
guys.
hint for all the new people. When Brian puts a line on his chart, you might do well putting the same line on your chart.
Yeah, because it means something. Definitely. Now, obviously, the daily chart looks crazy. I do a lot of teaching, but if you look at the other charts, they're pretty well laid out with, and my lines work because they are levels. Thank you, Taylor, for pointing that out. There was your first touch rule for everybody, and I just missed it. And it's past 6 minutes. Dang it. Oh, the reason I didn't like it is because we had a double top there. Maybe somebody took it and got a little scratch on it. Oh yeah, you had one. You had the here, Ryan. You had the Is everybody on my ES screen? You had the wick into the 89 exponential. That was a good first touch. Oversold stochastic. Now again, it worked if you're quick with it, but we had a double top at a resistance area, so that wouldn't have been my trade of choice after trying to break the top twice recently. Does that make sense? 920, yeah, 938. We call it a first touch, even though it's not the first touch. It's still third touch. Technically, we call that a first touch. Technically, that's first touch. So we still call it a first touch, even though it's like the fourth touch. And they still work. It still worked. It even worked here too, if you guys look at it. So I mean, the 89 is being respected all across the board, even from the NQ, which is falling now big time from its highs. So
For any newbies, we do have a video library you have access to. You would be well served to go and watch a few of the videos. Brian can tell you exactly which one, and they're real short. They're about 5, but you really, really need to know them. Really.
Thank
or
you.
else you won't get much out of this.
I'll actually show you guys right now real quick. There should be a buy signal coming up here on the ES. Actually, almost everything, but again, I'm afraid of the longs right now. So bounce off major resistance. So a bigger pullback would be what we would be looking for to buy, or you short breakout. Real quick, log in. Those that are new to us, log in to libertytradingclub.com. Go to the members area. You'll see something that looks similar to this. Schedule a call with the coach. We're going to help you out when you go in the right direction. Make sure you are in our live room right now. That's what happens right now. Later this morning, we will be in a Premier Clubhouse. Lots of tools on the right-hand side. Kind of have a calendar of events. Oh, we finally got the calendar of events up. There you go. Weekly calendar of events. There you go. Some tools to help you out, get started with us. If you like us while you're here, please share and like us on Facebook. We do have some partner discounts, things like that. We do have an orientation room. Tomorrow we're going to be doing an orientation for Tick Century. Is that tomorrow? Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. And then we will have class tomorrow as well. So busy day tomorrow, real busy day tomorrow. Orientation for Tick Century class, and then the rest of the afternoon is Premier Clubhouse, where we have literally gone over 4 months now without a losing day. We've had two losing trades, right, Taylor? Something like that. 2 losing trades.
Yeah, about that in the last month or 2 or 3.
Yeah, about 3 months, 2 losing trades. So if you're not in the Premier Clubhouse, get there, people. We do it right. And then for those of you who are brand new to us, go down to the elite section, class replays on the right here, and do us a favor. If you're brand new, at least go down here to the finding levels, down to trailing stops and trade management. Those 5 videos that'll get you in tune what we got going on. Also, you have the weekly calendar down here. There you go. That's pretty cool. Good job, guys. Whoever laid that out.
And a personal piece of advice, when he says go and get a coaching thing, it would really help you if you did it sooner rather than later, because the sooner you talk to the coach, the sooner you'll know what we're talking about, and they can answer any questions you do, so you can get the most out of the rest of your trial. If you wait till the last day and you learn all this stuff you should have known, you're not going to be happy with yourself, most likely.
And we can't help you that much if we don't know either.
Kevin, you were in
All
that
right,
room
let's see what we
each
get
day.
up.
Which room are you asking about? Are you asking about the Tick Century room?
Taylor tries to make every room he can.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, everybody, welcome our newest Premier member, Mr. Kevin Steele. He made the
But
commitment yesterday to jump in with it and say, "All right, I'm ready to go. Welcome."
for everybody that doesn't know, the Tick Century room was for Tick Century people, but the coach is responding to some challenges. A lot of people were in both rooms and tried that. No matter how many monitors you have, you only have one speaker, and it was confusing people. So
Yes.
they're trying to see about bringing the Tick Century people in. And if you look at the top of your screen, you should see a little white thing that looks like a speaker with sound coming out. If there's more than one coach talking, you can click on that and you can mute the coach you don't want to listen to. They promise in this case they will not be mad if you mute them. But if Coach Brian is talking as he normally does about regular trading, and Coach Paul is doing Tick Century, and you don't have Tick Century or not interested, then you can just mute Coach Paul, and you'll only hear Coach Brian, or the other way around. So that keeps it from where we have both rooms, and you only have one set of speakers, and you're going nuts. Because all the coaches want you to learn, whatever it takes. So if you have any suggestions, send them to me, Taylor, at libertytradingclub.com. Any suggestions, any ideas, anything like that, we want to hear from you. This room's here for you. They're all here for you. So tell us what you want. If it can be done, they'll do it. Regrettably, they can't do everything. I asked them to, would they please tell me when they're going to raise the market so I can get in? Unfortunately, even Coach Brian, also known as the Supreme Sorcerer, he said that was a little beyond him at this time, but he's working on it and he'll get back to me someday.
I got a message to the big guy. We're working on it.
So I'm a great point of contact for any ideas you have, anything you suggest, anything you need. If it can be done, they will do it.
That's about the truth there. Thank you, Taylor. Guys, was going to look at buying this, but did finish this little W here from this. I wanted to go a little bit lower. Yeah. So somewhere around this area would be the last chance that I'm going to look at buying this morning. That'll be a retest trade. Somewhere around this overnight junk. Plus retest of a level from yesterday. So this would be the last chance. I'm going to use Tick Century. I'm going to arm it long for the ES. And I'm not going to touch NQ right now, but I'm going to try. If I see everything line up, I'm going to go on long if this works, if it lines up, guys. From this area, this will be my last attempt at looking at longs for the near term if we get it. So I'm just going to be looking at price action on my main ES screen right now and have my mouse on the global on button for Tick Century. But if you're doing it normally, obviously you just go in with an ATM or bracket order, get your targets off, have your stop below this. Nope, it's not going to do it, guys. This would be a tick lower, and nope, not doing it. Not gonna do it. Missing that one. Even if it goes long, you probably should be short, to be honest with you. You probably should be short. Yes, you definitely probably should. Go ahead, Taylor.
No, I was going to say, for everybody that doesn't know what Tick Century is, it's an auto entry tool. Very, very powerful. Lots of people are making some money with it. Now, it's not magic. You got to put a little work in and know how to turn it on and turn it off and when. But the coaches help with that. So it can help you get in, and especially if you're not real precise. One thing, this is not a recommendation, it is a suggestion. If you're going to look at all these different things, you may need more than one monitor because they're teaching a lot of different things. And if you're going to watch the room and try and trade on the same monitor, good luck to you. I mean, that's just the way it is. You just need some monitor real estate.
Monitor real estate. That's a good term. Guys, if this W finishes, I will go along with it on the ES. And you got W finishing on the YM. I mean, on the NQ. You got a little stoppage action right around the level on the.
Looks like the W may be finishing.
Oh, shoot. Why didn't you tell me? I'm late. getting late.
Well, you're about to see why sometimes you can be late with Tix Entry and it'll still get you some money.
Yep, that's true.
We'll see if that'll do it. But that's the whole point of Tix Entry, I've been told, is you don't have to have the perfect entry.
You don't
Now,
have to
there's
be
only
perfect.
so much you can do.
And I'm not going to let this go against me. I can promise you guys that. If it goes down past the bottom of the W, I'm going to treat it like my stop and stop it out, close it out, because that means. And I will reverse actually to the short side, because that technically is going to create a bear flag for us, and it should push it below the overnight Globex levels, which means that the selling will continue. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense to me, but it does. That's what will happen if that happens. The only idea I would have is if they wanted to push it all the way back down to, right? I mean, like, and that would be silliness. All the way back down to like 57.44. That's not going to happen in a day. So the odds of this being a sell-off for a rally is higher likely than it just being a pure sell-off. More high likely. Does that make sense? That makes sense, guys? So the odds of this being a deeper pullback buyer's market is better than this actually being a true sell-off. To say that a better way. Is there another way you can say it, Taylor?
Not that
What
I
I
know of.
mean is I'm still looking for longs, people, because they're probably just pushing it down. So some of there's $250. Boom.
Yep,
Done.
he just made $250.
There
And
it
you
is,
saw
and I
it
still
if you
wanna
were
be in it.
watching. For anybody
Oh,
who's new and doesn't know how this room works, you see tabs up at the top, Coach Brian ES, Coach Brian YM, Coach Brian Tix Entry. It's like a browser. You click on the tab, that's the section you're watching.
Bingo. Just did chasing a little bit here on the 24 tick spread with 4 orders, but I think we've got pretty good chance this thing's going to run up now. Is anybody long with me? I did it twice now. I got in long.
I am.
All right. Anybody else doing it? Anybody else getting a little piece of it? I called it out 3 times in a row. PBR, good job. Greg, good job. All right, Elliot, good job. Good job, guys. Sandra, good job. Isaac, DFT, what you got today, Isaac? Good job, buddy. You're green, I'm hoping, right? Great job, Isaac.
He was green before the open. That's
nice,
Isaac.
Kevin. That's what I want you doing,
Ooh.
Kevin. Right there. What is stop? Right. You kind of have to use this little, probably right where the mid Bollinger is, right around 450. This is a tough stop right now. Lock in what you want locked in. Just stay behind this little midpoint of the final part of the W. So stay behind 550. But I'd be a little bit looser, because there is some people still wanting to push this down. And again, I'm not going to give this too much room either. So I'm going to treat like 450 as my stop. So if it breaks 450, I'm going to close it out.
And for the new people, you'll notice people like Coach Paul and Coach Brian can trade multiple charts at the same time. Don't try that right out of the gate.
No, do not
try
do
keeping up with them. They have, when you talk to the coach, ask. They'll put you on a plan. It sounds like you're not going too far because you're saying, well, only do this, only do this, only do this, only do this. And you're saying, I'm not getting anywhere. Yes, you will. But if you try doing several charts at the same time, you will probably lose money. If you can't keep up with one, you certainly can't keep up with 3.
That's the truth. Another buy signal for you guys coming up here in a second. That is the truth, guys. I mean, my sincere suggestion is watch, practice, even during the session. Watch, do more watching than trading, do more listening, do more note taking than trading until you start see the things that you want to look for. Tons of playback, then you can take a trade. All right, targets off if you took the buy that I called, guys. Yep. Yeah, I mean, the plan we put Kevin on was the simplest thing on the planet, and he keeps it simple too. And guys, it just works. It's not complicated. You want to be a consistent, profitable trader? We'll make you that as long as you're willing to do two things: everything we ask you to do, and put the work in, which is everything we ask you to do, and be committed to the process. I'm telling you guys, in the past 2 years, I can't tell you how many people I've taken from frustrated trader to over 78% win rate trader. Just in the past 2 years, people. We, myself, Coach Paul, the whole team, as a group, we all have taken people from frustrated, not winning, to over 78% win rate traders. And I'm talking like probably at least 30, 40 people that I know of. All right, this is the last chance I'm going to give it. If they don't buy it from here, I am out. They should be buying it from here. Like I said, if not, I'm done though on the long side. Let's just give it a second, see if they want to buy it here. All right. Looks like a lot of people are done already. That's good on your part, guys. If you're done already, be done. Because if they don't buy it from here, I am probably gonna take this little tiny loss. And wait until we do Premier Clubhouse to make another trade. Because that first trade had me up, not horrible, almost $200. So it's not gonna be a deep. I won't be too deep in the hole if this loses. So I'm not that worried about this one. That's why I'm kind of hanging on to it a little bit longer, because it's not gonna dig me a hole that I can't get out of. I mean, after the it's almost like the markets do exactly what I say they're going to do after we leave the Premier Clubhouse. Every single day the past 2 weeks, I'm like, okay, if the market does this, do this, and we'll walk away. And in about 10 minutes after we talk about doing it, it happens. I'll happen to walk back in and see it, take the trade, and then I ask everybody else, "Did you guys take the trade?" Few people do. Few people do. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody asked earlier. Premier Clubhouse is the room that has the members like have the best track record in the Premier Clubhouse. I don't think the members have had like Taylor said earlier. I don't think any of the members have had more than losing trade. I know I haven't had more than 2 losing trades in 4 months and almost 5 months. We're working on 5 months now. But the members are killing it in the Premier Clubhouse. Everybody makes money every single day in there, almost every single day. Well, actually, everybody that participates has made money every day, haven't they, Taylor?
As far as they told us, yes, they
As far
have.
as far as they told us, yeah. So
Now, it may not be a lot, but you'll learn in trading a dollar green is worth all the red in the world.
preservation of capital, buddy. I think they're going to try to buy it out of this, guys. So if you got the capital, speaking of preservation capital, if you got the capital to risk, you might want to take a shot on it.
And for any
Only the capital
newbies that
risk.
or people that
Do not
just
take
haven't
it.
been around long, when Brian says that, you need to talk to a coach about how much you should be risking.
Thank you.
They have
The
very
reason
strict guidelines if you choose to follow them.
the reason I don't tell you specifically an entry and specifically the trade on a trade like this is for that exact reason. Because I don't know a lot of you guys. I don't know your accounts. I don't know what you're trading. I do know a lot of you, but I'm trying to get to know everybody, and nobody's getting on my freaking calendar so I can get to know you. Are you guys afraid I'm gonna sell you something? Come on, get on my freaking calendar. Let me try to help you. Out targets off those of you that know how to take the trade. But the biggest thing I'm trying to say here is that Taylor's speaking the truth. Like, if you don't know how to take this trade, maybe you want to learn it. We'll teach you for free. I mean, you're paying to be in this room. We'll teach you this trade on one coaching call. It's not complicated. Okay. We can teach you how to do it. But what we want to teach you how to do more importantly is maybe not take this trade and take a better trade like the short before that when momentum turned down and trend turned down for our definition. That's the better trade. That's the plan that we have Kevin on. That's the plan that we have a lot of guys on. Ryan's going to be on this plan pretty soon, or he is already. And you get that one trade, you're good. Even though both of those guys, I think, were done before the morning started. This is that's all you need, guys. Think about it. You take this one trade from this first touch, when and first touches are working, obviously. Even if you get it down to here, you got I don't know, 4 or 5 points. You're telling me if you can you make a living off of 4 or 5 points a day on the ES? Yes or no? I'd like to get some testimonials from some of those folks. Dude, Kevin, just jump in Premier Clubhouse today and start getting them in there. You got access, Kevin, so let's do it. Also, the directories in the Premier. Do we have the Premier directory? I don't know if Miss Pauline is listening in today. What time? Yeah. So we're going to do a slight change in Premier Clubhouse schedule because we started doing the orientation on Thursdays and Fridays. So Monday through Wednesday, we'll open at 11. Typically, if the market's slow around 11, we're gonna. So like today, it'd be 11. But we usually go in if market's slow. We do a lesson, and we make a decision if we want to come back at 2 and try to catch a trade at 2 around between 2 and 3 or not. That's a normal routine, guys. Usually we catch a trade. I'd say probably about 70% of the time we catch a trade within the first 5 or 10 minutes. That's about right, Taylor. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty high percentage considering what you're saying. I mean, walk in and catch a good trade in 5 minutes.
That's typically. I mean, we're not in there usually too long, guys.
Yeah, it's generally within an hour. Many times we've had a runner which is 10 points, not ticks, 10 points, 40 ticks.
Within the first 10 minutes, too. Or the one day we sat there the whole hour for the walk for a runner, but we still sat there and got her that 10 points, and then we said, okay, bye everybody, see you later. What was it last week? It was because PBR.
Yeah, I think it was.
Mike, we were all screwing around. We were sitting in a trade. We were all just telling jokes and BSing around while we're sitting in a trade that lasted like an hour. But that's how it goes.
Especially if everybody's entitled to one free trial of Tick Sentry if you want it. Now, I'd recommend if you just joined, wait a little while, get used to regular trading, then take your Tick Sentry. It'll be there for you.
Stops were hard to call on that, but guys, if you have a cash account, you can have a free clear stop at 475 now. Nope, I'm gonna close this guy out, profit. I don't like any of this. Somebody's still trying to sell this, and you didn't make a new high on that last little push up, push down, push up. So I got me scared. Now, if you're staunch and you really want to stay in this long, they probably will buy it up, but it's not going to be pretty on the way up, I don't think. Go ahead. Sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. I was just going to say, in translating, it will not be pretty. That means it will pull back against you. Depending on what stop you use, you got to be careful, especially if you aren't using a lot of money in your accounts. Having it pull back and take you out and then go your direction is not a good feeling. So that's why you need to talk to a coach. That's why
Paul, why don't you say stuff like this when you're in? Taylor's like backing me up like a freaking backstop here on a professional baseball field. It's like brick backup.
I mean, there are two things Brian wants to pound into everybody's head, but he pounds gently. Is when in doubt, talk to a coach. Have any questions? Talk to a coach. Don't understand something? Talk to a coach. You get the feeling you should really talk to a coach soon. Don't let anything stand in your way. They won't tell anybody. If you tell them not to tell anybody, they'll never say you even talk to them. But it's your money.
Yes.
They're trying to help you keep your money. And the second thing is pay attention to what Coach Brian says. When he puts lines on your chart, if you have time, quickly put a line on your chart. If you need help learning about NinjaTrader, I'm here. I'm pretty good at helping people with NinjaTrader.
Yeah.
Do backups.
Exactly. He's also gotten actually pretty good at translating Brian speak too. So
yeah. And one other thing,
that's another positive.
we're working on Coach Brian, as perfect as he is, to make a small video on what a trade call is to Coach Brian, because many people are confused. As he said, he will not say get in at this level, but he does say other things.
Ever tell you a price. I'm never going to tell you a
It-
price because I don't know your trade plan.
But there are some things he says, and that's why we may need to have a little group and talk about Brian speak and how he calls trades, because yes, he does call them, but if you don't know what that is, you'll be frustrated saying, I didn't hear it. Well, yes, you heard it, you didn't understand it.
You didn't know you heard it. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
you didn't understand what he was saying. And
Ryan says, yep.
yeah, you know, and we understand, but if it's a problem for you, say something. Don't suffer in silence. That's the other thing Brian says that he pounds in your head. Don't suffer in silence. Now, that doesn't mean you have to tell everybody, but you really need to talk to a coach.
That's true.
If you don't make money, or you have a really bad day, and you can't say, well, I had a really bad day because I didn't sit down at the computer, they can't help you there. But if you had a really bad day because it just didn't make sense, that's when you need to talk to them.
And we're talking, guys, because there's not a lot to take action on right now in the indexes. So we're just kind of Taylor's kind of he's giving you really good advice here. Listen to the man.
Yeah.
And I'll chime in if there's an actionable call in the markets, guys.
But this is the great thing about this room. I mean, one, they interrupt for trade calls, if you understand what a trade call is. And that doesn't mean you don't understand a trade call. It means a Brian trade call or a Paul trade call. Because, they're used to people that can trade real well. And a lot of you can trade real well. But
a lot of you that don't know you can trade real well can trade real well, and you just don't know that you can.
And Brian had one where, basically there was a very good trader. He was just having a devil of a time. And so Brian worked with him, and he did the work Brian asked, which was nobody wants, but it's like, keep track of your trades. He looked, and the gentleman was an excellent trader. It's just one trade set up he just couldn't see. And it was either an M or a W. From the M and W's, you'll see about those. But
you can do W's all day long. You can do M's.
And so that simple trade of Brian said, Brian, his infinite wisdom said, okay, just don't do M's anymore. Do only W's. There, solved. And sure enough, the guy had a tremendous increase in his money because he wasn't losing it on the M's he couldn't see.
He went to a 90% win rate. 90.
So think about that. Who else can even say they ever had a 90% win rate? So let them help you find out what your strength is. That's what you're looking for, and they'll help you. What's your strength? Okay, Kevin Steele, just on M's. Well, if you ask Coach Paul, he likes W's. Coach Paul says one of his main trades is a small W.
Yeah.
And he said you could support a very good lifestyle on a small W. And for those that don't know what it is, you remember those videos? It's in there. That's one of those 5 videos, M's and W's.
M and W videos. Watch them. Yes. That small W you could literally make a living off that one trade setup. That's true.
And he's not exaggerating. He means literally. And we're talking a living like in 6 figures. Now, you can't do that necessarily the first day, but you could get up there, and you can go beyond that if you want. I mean, as you make money, you can put more money in the market, and that'll make you even more money.
Ryan said he was going to call me out, but he held his tongue. I'm trying to figure out what that was. We got a couple quick. Give me just quick. Trying to get my stock set up. Trade session, same as Ninja. I can't get the same. It should be 3:14.5. Who was that? Was that Kevin? It was Ryan. Oh, it was Ryan. That's right. Oh, my trade calls. Hey, dude. But think about it, Ryan. Once you learn how to follow my trade calls, don't you make money with them? It's the truth, though. Once you learn how to learn how to follow my trade calls, they make you money.
Ryan, that can easily be true that TradeStation is hard. The levels are not exactly the same. One thing,
stochastics though, you can't get a 3:14.5 stochastic. That's weird. I really want to make a trade call for you guys too. Be honest with you, but there's no real clear direction I can see in any of these markets. Got a couple little trades earlier. I, you know, we called winning trades. Be honest with you guys, as long as you knew what to do, as Taylor said, as long as you knew what to do. And if you didn't know what to do, I'm gonna reemphasize what Taylor said a minute ago. Get on a coaching call. Now you might get. Here's where I'm torn with all these guys. You're getting higher highs, higher lows on the NQ. Same thing on the ES. Same thing on the YM, but they just keep pushing back down to around that level. All three of them of the what I would call the kind of in the middle level. We don't have a clear direction area. Um, so, and that's intentional on the big boy and girl part. They're doing that on purpose. So, typically at this point, we just take a break. I mean, if in all reality, if you really need some ticks, I can show you a real cool magic trick.
Yeah, this is a wonderful time to say, yes, please show us that magic trick.
I can show you a magic trick and put some ticks in your account. How many ticks do you need? Tell me how many ticks. You need 4 ticks, Ryan? That's it? Really? For real? All right. That's an easy one. Press the, hang on a second. Get your mouse, get your hand ready to go. Press the, hang on just a second. Get ready. You're going to be ready to buy here in just a second. Now, should be pretty good. Oh. Might not get it. Looks like they're going to push it down. Close that puppy out then. And then they're going to turn it around right here and give you the 4 ticks you needed. There you go. I was close. If you stayed in it, you got 4 ticks. Easy there. You got it? There you go. All right. There's your magic trick. There's your 4 ticks, buddy. And then some. They just bought it 2 points lower than I thought they were going to buy it from. Nice, buddy. All right. Well, there's that. Who else? Tell me how many ticks you need. We're going to play this game. I'm not trading this right now, but that's a fun gameplay, I think, if you want some ticks. 1,000? Scott, I'll get you 1,000 ticks in Premier Clubhouse, dude. Or buy 1 micro and hold it long. Now. Until you're 85, and you'll get 1,000 ticks. For 10 years. Yeah, buy 1 micro and hold it until you're 85. Look at my stock, please. Tell me what you think. All right. Did you post it? Well, you have 314.3. Your smooth length 2 should be 5. I think that's your problem. Smooth length 2, I think should be 5. I don't know. Why do they name it like that?
The problem is with those, there's no standard. It's the way the guy codes it.
Whoever,
One other thing
yeah.
I would recommend that will severely help most of you.
Severely? That's
yes, severely help. A notepad and a pen or two. When Brian says something like this level, if it goes above this, I'll be a buyer. If it goes below this, I'll be a seller. That's good until he tells you otherwise or the end of the day, whichever comes first.
Well, I gave you guys levels today. What are the 2 levels today if it goes below or above that I'm strong about?
One of them is 59.26.
Whoa! Not you. Oh. I know you wrote notes. You're the one that just told everybody to take their notes. I want to see who's taking notes.
Oops.
All right, guys. Who has it other than Mr. Okay, he just gave you 26. What's the other one, guys? What's the low side? Come on. I gave that to you too. There you go, Tom. And the cool thing about today is those two numbers aren't that far apart compared to the expansion we've had recently. So at any point today, if you're still looking at trading, it goes below 85, start selling it, buddy. Everybody. It goes below 26. You should have about 59.60 in your sights. So that's what I'm hoping for this afternoon. But again, we're most likely going to have an inside day today, which we are working on very well, having an inside day. Do we have? Is we waiting on any kind of news tomorrow? Yeah, we got some unemployment tomorrow. Yeah, so today's probably going to be that kind of day, guys. Inside basing day until we get the news tomorrow morning. Uh, so we'll have some fun with the news. News should be good short stretch. Good short. Again, I don't want to call trades like these because that's a hard trade when you're in a range bound market from not really a level that we had in the past, but it was prior consolidation. It's just really hard when you're not seeing new highs. And just recently we didn't see a new low until that rally up. So and now you don't have a new low. So this is true inside day trading. We're getting decent swings, like I said earlier. Did I not say? We're getting decent swings. You just got to pick the one that you want to enter on. Like the one I just gave Ryan. Obviously, did you guys get that? Did anybody else get the long trade on that other than Ryan?
I got some.
Oh, you did? Nice. Okay. Cool. Anybody else get a little piece of the long trade that I gave to Ryan?
I wasn't going to pass on something you're
Oh
giving away
man,
for free. Come on.
Tom, got some. Okay, good job, guys. All right, there you go. With the good job. More magic. If you tell me how many ticks you need, I'm usually pretty good at getting it as long as it's not like 1,000 that Scott needs. Let's see, it's 10:17. We've had a good morning, guys. Most people have had a good morning this morning. I'm 20 ticks. That might be kind of hard. That's 5 points there, Travis. Just because. Just because. Okay. 5 points. Pull. Trying to get blood from a turnip here. You're flat, I'm assuming stretch. Let's try to bounce off 5,900 again. I think if that happens one more time, we're clearly going to have to be buyers again. I mean, we've sat here in this little range. I agree with you, Stretch. Somebody is trading this. Okay, there's a reason price just stopped and has started bouncing around here. So you would think somebody's going to end up buying this soon. It could be now, or it could be like Stretch said, another little push down to 5,900. But we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 attempts at this push, and none of this last one was the only one that actually got the lowest. So we'll see. I think I'll try it with you, Stretch, on the long side. You got a wedge forming on the NQ. Let me get my charts ready. Nice little wedge forming on the NQ. You have a wedge forming on the ES. You got a wedge forming on the YM. You literally have a wedge forming on every index, all three major indexes. So we are getting in breakout territory. So Travis, here you go, buddy. Breakouts usually will give you 5 points. So let me see if I can get a breakout called. That's it. All right. No new low, no new high. If you guys want to do the ES gap, 9 ticks, both directions on, you should be able to make money now. long. It's not the trade I'm looking for, but I'm just telling you. See, giving you some advice if you want to try to make some money. That would make it for you, both directions. Long on ES, 9-tick scalp, go for $200. You should be able to get that in about 2.5 minutes. Let's see. So I've had two pretty good trades this morning. I mean, not where am I at so far? Measly $512. Come on. Ugh. I thought somebody was gonna get the new version, Tick Century. Miss Paulina, can you get Tony on my calendar if you're around listening? Oh, you are. Okay. All right. Well, you're and maybe oh, we're on today. Okay. Maybe get a day pass for Premier Clubhouse. It's only 25. Oh, yeah, a day pass, $25 for Premier Clubhouse. So you can see what we do today. And then you'll be on the phone with me too. Or do it tomorrow after today. Actually, do it tomorrow after we talk today. How about that, Tony? That's probably a better way to do it. We'll talk today. Tomorrow you do a day pass, and then I'm pretty sure you're gonna consider at some point being a Premier member because we do it right. We do it right. The track record speaks for itself. It's not even my track record; it's a member's track record. That's the thing I love about it. That's where I'm going to get my room of 300 people that are all going to say, "We are green today." One day, that's my mission. 300 people chiming in saying, "I'm green." Well, you should have probably gotten your $200 if you did the 9-tick scalp. If not, you should have it right now. Did anybody do the 9-tick stretches long? I'm sure. We're thinking about being long. And am I right, stretch? I don't know. Nope. Oh man, what were you? Whoa. I figured you were going to go long on that. That all those wicks on the bottom. Not enough. Not enough of swing for. That's exactly what I was just about to say. Not enough swing for stretch to take the trade. Guys, I know my traders. I know my traders. As long as you let me get to know you, I know you. I literally just about. How many days have I named the exact trades that Stretch has taken without knowing?
It'd be easier to tell the ones you didn't.
Probably, but easier to tell the days I didn't know. Like that, but I can tell you, guys. Here, Travis, how many trades have you taken? Watch this, guys. Let me show you something cool. 2 trades. You want me to tell you exactly which 2 trades Travis took? Yes or no, guys? Travis took this short right here at 952. And my other guess is that he took, and this is purely guessing, that was before the open. I'm going to guess he took one of these longs prior to the open. I think it probably would have been this one. Am I right, Travis? You've had a long trade, correct? Oh, he doesn't want to play. Hey, I got that one right. Did you do the short here? Oh, okay. So you probably did this one that Stretch did, then, didn't you? At 10:13. Dang it! I'm not usually wrong with this stuff. You got me, Travis. Never mind. Next up, no, take the supreme out of my sorcerer side of things. Just call me. Just leave the beans and chili in it. No, that's not funny to anybody. Nobody thinks that's funny. Come on.
I'm laughing on mute.
I thought that was funny, personally. I gotta tell you guys, I think if it breaks out of this little range that's formed here, I'm gonna take it either direction, and that'll be my last trade of the morning. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna trade again this morning. Take my wimpy little $500 and move into the Premier Clubhouse with it. And again, if you want to see me trade, you can see it on the Tick Century screen. That's primarily my go-to for getting into trades these days. But again, I will teach you how to enter a trade properly as well. You don't have to do it. I can teach you how to get into trades. I'll show you. I can show you how to get in trades properly. I promise you, guys. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn my long button on the ticker reversal. Maybe that'll get me into something. Just want to make sure you guys are being green, being good traders, being, not over trading too much. Some of you got now again, it's like what Taylor said earlier. We are kind of like a one-room schoolhouse here. So there's advanced people, scalpers, very, 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 very high net worth people, very low net worth people. There's people who are new to trading. There's people who are old ratchety traders. There's everybody in between. So
I resemble that
there's
last
even a
one.
Paul. You resemble an old ratchet trader.
But
The
one
point I'm
thing,
trying to make here, guys,
yeah.
is go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I was just going to say that it's we've got to keep our approach broad, but if you don't know something about the methodology, ask in here. Ask in here. I'll teach you what you need, what you want to learn about the methodology, as long as we're not looking for a trade. We're not looking for a trade right now because there's not anything I'll take action on. Stretch's short worked for him for a scout, but it didn't follow through. So now you really now got to start thinking they probably are buying. Okay. You're the last one.
That's one thing you have to get a little used to in this room is Brian can be teaching, but everything stops when a trade sets up. And you just have to put your mind on hold, make your money and come back.
That's pretty
Most
much
people don't mind. Brian put it out to the room, and the room said, they want him to interrupt anything for a trade call. So, okay, he responds. That's what everybody wants. And trust me, a majority said they want to make the money. You might be able to imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I did give you guys a great long trade call though, by the way. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a little shot on the breakout here on the long side if it breaks out, guys. All right. So if that happens, let's go and get ready for it just in case it happens. Just in case it happens, let's be ready for it.
And that means he's getting ready in the Tick Century room.
That's correct.
Or the Tick Century tab.
Well, yeah. So if you're trading this, all right. So somebody said, "What's the methodology?" Right? Hey, Brian Premier. Yeah, we're gonna open it right up at 11. If the market's doing this crap, we'll talk, do a little lesson like we did yesterday, and come back at 2. Same plan as yesterday. Same plan. Nice. $23 micros. Hey, Dave. Here's the thing, man. Once you get 10 accounts like that, Dave, that's $230. And that's not a horrible thing. All right, see you there, Ricks. Somebody asked about what's the methodology. Tony, have you watched the videos? Let me ask this question. Have you watched any of the videos, Tony? So I know where you're at as far as some of them. All right, do me a favor. Here's your homework before, if you can get it done. I don't know what time we're supposed to start today, but if you can get it done before we talk, I would really love for you to scroll down here 2. He should have access to Elite Class replays. If not, um, those 3 videos. It take about an hour to do that, maybe a little bit longer. Watch
He's
those
back
3
in the main
videos.
ES room, or he
Huh?
was. I was telling him you were back in the main ES room.
What does that mean?
Oh, you were on the ES tab on your screens. You had been talking in Tick Sentry. For those that didn't realize, we moved.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, just go to the website, watch those 3 videos. The finding levels, M&W video, trailing stops, and trade management. Tony. Let me look and see what time we're talking. You have until 2 to do that. So if you could try to get those done between now and 2, that'd be great.
Miss Paulina just wrote it for you in the comments.
Now with then the quick and skinny for everybody that's new and that doesn't know the methodology, we keep it really simple here, guys. We do a daily breakdown from a daily chart to a 60-minute chart to a 15-minute chart. We have a very simple bias using a tick chart. So if I get everybody here to my ES chart, we use 699 ticks on the ES. We use 133 on the YM. We use 292 on the NQ, and an 89 exponential, which is depicted in white here, and a 200 simple moving average, which is depicted in blue. When said moving average crosses and moves down, and we get below the 5-period moving average on the 15-minute chart, we tell ourselves we have a downtrend and we start looking for sell signals with swings in the market. Our methodology is based solely around the market swinging around levels that we like, either the first touch rule or a level we already have, and coming up and creating a sell signal with stochastics and like an HMA cross. Not a complicated methodology, but very effective if you wait for very few things to happen, meaning 89 exponential goes in your direction. Right now, it's about to turn up. Like I said, I was going to take a chance on that breakout on the long side, and I missed it. I'm just going to do it because I'm stubborn like that. It's going to make me $200 here and another $200 here. So that's quick and skinny on the methodology, not complicated. We love our zones. We like to trade from our zones. Our zones work really well most days. And we're going to stick with the direction of the 89, trade in that direction, the white line on my main screen. And as long as prices stay above the 5-period moving average on 15-minute chart, we're taking buy signals. If prices stay below the 15-period moving average on the 15-minute chart and the 89 is pointing down, we're taking sell signals with overbought stochastics. Vice versa on the long side, we're doing oversold stochastics. Not a complicated formula, guys. It's really not a complicated formula. And if you stick to it, you're going to get 1 or 2 trades a day that fit that model perfectly. Typically, most days, most mornings, you're going to get 1 or 2 trades that fit that model perfectly. So, and it doesn't matter the asset class that you're trading, YM, ES, NQ, it doesn't matter. Same methodology, same rules, same everything. Just different tick settings. That's it. So pretty straightforward methodology. Does that help a little bit, Tony? Not a complicated methodology, guys, but it's one of the things. And I use this methodology with Tick Sentry. Like one of the lessons I taught in the room. Today's Wednesday, guys. You know what? I'm gonna do a special class on Thursday. You guys want me to do a special Tick Sentry class on Thursday and teach you guys the do the clinic I did for the Premier people? I'm gonna break down and do it for them. If you're not Premier, I'll do it for you on Thursday. They're both SMAs, Tony, on the 15-minute. Sorry, guys. Had to take a quick phone call.